I'm Jeremy Gerber. I'm here with my brother Phil and Josh Henning. We're going to take these 269 Camaros out for a cruise and do a little head-to-head showdown and show you what a Roadster Shop Survivor Series car does on the road and what a bone stock, iconic, original Chevy Camaro does on the road. So we're headed out on a test drive today in this Survivor Series 69 Camaro. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a little feedback on how it performs, how it feels. Right out of the gate, as you can tell, as prone as I am to yank my hands off the steering wheel, this car instantly instills confidence. This particular car, it's one of the first vehicles that we've tested our new Fox SV coilovers on. So it's 4-inch stroke coilover. Single adjustable, but it controls both compression and rebound. And that's probably the most impressive thing that I'm feeling right now in this car, is that I'm going over some pretty crappy roads. Now, these are roads that I travel to and from work every day and drive new Chevy pickup trucks, modern SUVs, and no joke, this car, it just soaks everything up and rides significantly better than any of that stuff. And I'm watching the Camaro, the 69, the stock COPO car right in front of me, and it looks like they're just getting their, the shit kicked out of them in that car. I mean, it's bouncing around. You can tell it's a leaf spring car. I can see there's very little dampening, and it's just got stock Camaro shocks, some gas adjust shocks, something like that. But
all right. Three-wheel motion there.
Ended up in your lap.
We could probably feel just about every bump in the road. Good thump every time it hits, some squeaks and rattles.
So I wouldn't exactly describe it as plush.
No.
Right up here, we're coming into some cool little switchbacks and some S-turns. This car is so easy to drive, so easy. And the only thing slowing me down right now is the fact that I'm watching the Camaro in front of me pull about 7 degrees of negative camber on one side and 7 degrees of positive camber on the other side. So maybe we'll slow down, let them get ahead of us a little bit so we can actually carry some speed through these corners.
Oh shit.
It's 35 and a 40 around a corner.
That was fun. No wonder this doesn't have a radio. There's no way you can be paying attention to anything else except keeping this on the road.
Yep. Another one coming in hot. I think you're working the brake on the floor more than I am.
I am working the brake.
This thing needs an oh shit handle.
Yeah, I've got like one hand on the roof and one on the seat because like every turn is an adventure. I'm nervous just pulling out like into traffic.
No predictability, no confidence. You're not really sure what it's going to do.
But it looks cool.
It looks cool. If you want something that keeps you on the edge of your seat, like a heart racing at 35 miles an hour, this is absolutely it. Get yourself an original 69 big block Camaro. We might, yeah, that's second.
That's second.
That's a 15 mile an hour turn. Nope. 12 mile an hour turn. And we're on the floor. It makes a shitload of noise, and we lost. There's only second gear again.
Wherever that header leak was is a lot worse now. How fast are we going right now?
48.
Feels like we're going 110. I've never seen anybody go hand over hand in the turn.
15 mile an hour turn.
I revise my statement. That's actually the scariest thing I've ever been in.
It's scary just being behind it.
That was considered fast in 69.
I guess. Looks sexy. Car looks awesome.
Look, that's what we kept saying. It looks good.
This kind of sums up your stock restored big block Camaro.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a full-blown garage trophy piece right there. This is like the car that I always wanted too. 69 COPO, big block.
All right, I can't wait.
All right, you're up, kid.
Yeah, I'm so happy. This should be like a glorious moment, but like I'm fearing for my life.
You're the one driving. I'm in the passenger seat. I'm at your mercy.
This is steering is
Are you man enough to handle that, or you
gotta be a man. We're going 32 miles an hour on a straight road.
I feel like it should be limited to that
To
speed.
this speed. This is the safest you're gonna be in this car right now.
You're making me nervous, looking nervous driving.
It's a point and shoot, like choose your own adventure in the semi. Really kind of push it hard in this turn.
Yeah, I think we're gonna flip. It's shocking to think that this was like a performance car.
Just imagine taking the wife and kids out for a nice little afternoon drive.
All right, jumping in the Roadster Shop Survivor Green Camaro. Initially, it is extremely night and day. Our Survivor Camaro is really just very predictable. You know what the car's going to do. There's no surprises. It instills a lot of confidence while driving. It's like driving a new car legitimately. You really don't need to be on the edge of your seat. You know if you've got something coming up in the road real quick, you can jerk the wheel and the car is gonna respond. It's gonna move where you want it to go. It's not gonna get out of control for you. You're not gonna be fighting to get it back in line. The brakes are very linear and predictable. Steering is extremely tight, and as you turn the wheel, the car's moving. I'm watching the red Camaro go around all these corners, and it's just all over the place. The car's leaning drastically both directions. It seems like it's snapping back after the turn. You get a lot of body roll, dive front to rear, and I'm behind it in the Spec Camaro. One hand on the wheel, this thing is just flat, smooth, as stable and planted as can be. I think it speaks volumes for what this Spec chassis can accomplish just putting under a car.
About 30 backfires, ran it out of fuel, stuck in second gear a dozen times.
Yeah, it spits coolant everywhere.
Like where this car was often looked at as being like done, restored, now it's a project car.
I would say it's tough to do a comparison because there's so night and day difference. And I don't think anybody who's looking at our chassis is like, well, that or bone stock suspension. But at the same point, all the guys that have a Camaro now and know what they're driving, it is a world of difference from what you can do bolting on a complete chassis underneath it.
100%.
It's a pleasure to drive.
For me, everything is extremely predictable about it. Like, you know what it's going to do. It gives you a lot of confidence driving it. You are capable of pushing it more because you know it's not going to be erratic and get away from you. It's not going to surprise you. It's always going to be...
Well, that's
I
good.
went around that corner. I was like, I look and feel like I know what I'm doing. Like in this car.
Which you don't. So it's,
yeah, 100%. No, I look.
It's a great crutch. The car makes a driver out of you. You know, because it does everything it's supposed to do. You're not gonna end up like the Mustang guy at the cruise night, you know, hopping the curb and taking out some innocent bystanders. But you hear that feedback all the time. You look at like Dave's 55, that's 1,000 horse to the wheels. So totally different animal. And that's his feedback too, is the car's so predictable. It's almost like easy. He can't believe how easy it is to drive, which that's a testament to the chassis, you know, taking all the flex out of it.
Right.
Again, something you just can't get out of bolt-ons.
Well, yeah, I think that a lot of people just think that a chassis is an adapter. It's a way to get a motor in it and the car sitting low. And they don't realize that, you know, it solves all of those other issues. It doesn't create them.
I've always said it's the foundation for the build, but it really is. It sets the stage for literally everything else on the car.